Does working longer hours really equate to higher productivity? This question has been on the minds of professionals and leaders alike for years. There's a common perception, almost an unspoken rule, that toiling away for extended hours is the key to achieving more. But is it really? Welcome to the world of overwork. It's a realm where the clock never seems to stop, and the to-do list never seems to end. It's a world that's become all too familiar in today's fast-paced society, where the pressure to perform often overshadows the need for balance. But here's the rub. Despite the extended hours, despite the ceaseless grind, productivity doesn't always follow suit. More hours doesn't necessarily mean more output. It's an intriguing contradiction, isn't it? This, my friends, is the overwork paradox. A seemingly inexplicable situation where more becomes less. Overwork, it seems, is a paradoxical phenomenon, one we will delve into in the next few minutes. The numbers behind overwork might surprise you. Delving into the world of overwork statistics is akin to opening Pandora's box, revealing a landscape where work has become a relentless pursuit, often at the expense of health and happiness. Let's start with the average work week. In a world where a 40-hour work week is considered the standard, the actual numbers tell a different story. According to a recent study, the average professional is working closer to 50 hours a week, with a significant portion clocking in upwards of 60. Now, let's look at the percentage of professionals who report feeling overworked. A staggering 70% of workers across various industries express experiencing symptoms of overwork, with countless others likely underreporting due to fear of job loss or stigma. This figure is not just a number, it represents a majority of the working population grappling with the pressures of overwork. Overwork doesn't just affect job satisfaction, it has profound implications for health as well. Numerous studies have drawn a correlation between overwork and a host of stress-related health issues. These range from mental health concerns like anxiety and depression to physical ailments such as cardiovascular diseases and a weakened immune system. In fact, one study found that individuals working more than 55 hours a week had a 40% higher chance of developing heart disease compared to those working standard hours. There's also a societal dimension to consider. The culture of overwork perpetuates a cycle where companies expect more and more from their employees, creating a work environment that prioritizes output over well-being. This not only leads to burnout and job dissatisfaction, but also affects personal relationships and overall quality of life. And while these statistics may vary from region to region or industry to industry, the overarching narrative remains the same. Overwork is a widespread issue that needs immediate attention and action. These numbers paint a stark picture of the overwork culture that pervades our society. Overwork comes with a price, and it's not just fatigue. Now, let's delve into the hidden costs of overwork, which are often way more severe than just feeling tired. Overwork can have a wide range of negative impacts, many of which are overlooked or underestimated. Firstly, let's talk about physical health. Overwork can lead to severe health problems, including heart disease, high blood pressure, and weakened immune system, to name a few. You might be thinking a few extra hours at work couldn't possibly do all that, right? Wrong. When you're constantly pushing your body beyond its limits, it starts to break down. Those extra hours take a toll on your body, and the effects can be long-lasting. Next, we have mental health. Overwork can lead to increased stress levels, anxiety, and even depression. It's not just about feeling overwhelmed or stressed at work. It's about the constant pressure, the never-ending to-do lists, and the feeling that you're always running behind. This constant state of stress can have serious implications for your mental health. Then there's productivity. You might think that working longer hours means getting more done, but research suggests otherwise. As we push ourselves beyond our optimal work hours, our productivity actually decreases. So those extra hours you're putting in, they might be doing more harm than good, but the costs of overwork aren't just personal. They also ripple out to impact society as a whole. Overwork can lead to increased healthcare costs, as workers seek treatment for the health issues caused by overwork. It can also lead to decreased quality of life, as workers have less time for leisure activities, family, and self-care. So while you might think that overwork is just a part of the job, it's important to remember that it comes with significant costs. And these costs aren't just borne by the individual, but by society as a whole. The costs of overwork, it seems, far outweigh any potential benefits. So how do we break free from the overwork cycle? Well, it's no easy task, but it's certainly doable with a little bit of strategy and a whole lot of determination. One of the first steps we can take is improving our time management skills. This doesn't just mean getting better at multitasking, but also learning when to take a step back and prioritize our tasks. It's about understanding that not everything has to be done right now, and that it's okay to delegate or even postpone tasks when necessary. Another crucial strategy is setting boundaries. This can be as simple as designating certain hours of the day as work-free time. It can also mean learning to say no when you're already overwhelmed with tasks. Remember, it's not about being uncooperative or unambitious, but about taking care of your physical and mental health, and ultimately being more productive in the long run. But breaking the overwork cycle isn't just about individual efforts. Employers play a significant role in this as well. They need to promote a healthy work-life balance within their organizations. This can be achieved through flexible working hours, providing sufficient time off, and fostering an environment where overwork is not glorified but seen for what it truly is, a health hazard. Employers can also help by providing resources for employees to manage stress and burnout. This could be in the form of counseling services, wellness programs, or even just encouraging open conversations about mental health in the workplace. Of course, these are just some of the solutions. The reality is that breaking the overwork cycle will require a multifaceted approach, and what works for one person may not work for another. But the key takeaway is this: overwork is not a badge of honor. It's a problem that needs to be addressed. Breaking the overwork cycle requires a concerted effort from individuals, employers, and society as a whole. Let's take a moment to recap what we've learned about overwork. We started with the overwork paradox. We've learned that overwork is a contradictory concept. On one hand, it seems logical to think that more hours invested means more productivity. Yet the reality is quite the opposite. Overwork often leads to diminishing returns, where the quality of work suffers as fatigue sets in. The law of diminishing returns certainly holds true here. Then we delved into the startling statistics surrounding overwork. It's not just a few workaholics burning the midnight oil. It's a widespread issue affecting millions of professionals worldwide. The numbers are stark and eye-opening, revealing a culture where overtime is not just expected, but often glorified. We also uncovered the hidden costs of overwork. It's not just about missed family dinners or skipped vacations. Overwork can lead to serious health issues, both physical and mental. It can result in chronic stress, burnout, and even increase the risk of heart disease and stroke. Furthermore, it can strain relationships and lead to a lower quality of life. In our fourth segment, we discussed how to break the overwork cycle. It's not easy, but it's possible. The key is to prioritize and manage time effectively. It involves setting boundaries and learning to say no when necessary. Technology can also play a part, with tools and apps that can help track and manage time more efficiently. In conclusion, overwork is a complex issue with far-reaching implications. It's not just about the individual, but also about the culture and values of society at large. It's time we reconsider the importance we place on overwork and instead value balance and well-being. Remember, it's not about working longer, it's about working